let's go over how to publish your designs from Marpipe into Meta and actually get ads live. So when you just have your designs, by default, they're not actually live in a feed. They're not connected to Meta. What we need to do at this point is actually put those into Meta. So to do that, we're going to go to output feeds up here at the top. And then from output feeds, let's pretend, starting out, I'm not going to have any of these feeds already created. And usually you just need, if you're just in Meta, you just need one feed. So let me show you what we would do if we're starting from scratch. So I click new output feed. By default, multi-treatment is selected, and that's the best for Meta because it actually allows you to run multiple different treatments simultaneously. So you can like A, B, C, D test different treatments and ultimately find out what's working a lot quicker. You can use multiple strategies at once. So we're going to make this, we're going to call this the example feed. From here, so we have one treatment that's already created. And basically what's important here is to know when you're setting up this output feed is the different treatments are going to be assignable to ads separately. So within a treatment, you can have different designs, which we'll see, but across the different treatments, those are actually representing like different ads that you can run. So for this first treatment, I'm going to go ahead and click add design. And let me find our examples that I already set up. So example design 01. Then for our other ones, I'm going to make a new treatment, so example 02. And then I'll find that corresponding design that I want to use. There's that one. So I'll add that in. So now we've got two different treatments out here. And then I'll do the third one, example 03. So this one actually has two. So what I'm going to do is add both of these and then talk about how this works. So this has two, like these other treatments, they each have one design in them because every product is just going to get this one look. Between different products, we're not going to actually show different styles with them. But for this one, we need to have two different designs because what we're trying to do here is to use multiple images if they exist. So for this lifestyle version, you see it has 199 SKUs. That basically corresponds to how many products actually have that second lifestyle image available. If it doesn't have that lifestyle image available, it'll default back to like this first one. So anything that has lifestyle overwrites basically because it's after it in this list. And we can see how that's happening here with the 833 SKUs. It's saying 199 are replaced by this lifestyle version. So now that we have our three treatments in here, we're actually going to publish them. So right now, like these are just in draft mode. When we made this feed, we set up like what the structure of this output feed is going to be and which designs are included. But now we actually need to render them all and have Marpipe like actually set up the URL that can then be ingested by the ad platform. So I'm going to click publish here. So now our feed is done publishing. So that's good. We probably had to sit there and wait a little bit for that bar to finish, but usually it doesn't take too long. So from here, I'm just going to go ahead and X out of this. What we need to do now that we actually have like a live feed link is we need to get this into Meta. So we could just go up here and copy this URL because this URL just represents like the Marpipe feed, and we could go put that into our catalog in Commerce Manager just manually. But we could also just click connected catalogs here, and then after signing into Facebook, we'd pull up the different all the different catalogs we have access to. Okay, so once you've signed into Facebook and this pop-up loads, what you need to do is just click upload to a catalog. From there, you'll select like your business account, and then from there, you'll select the catalog that you intend to use. So in most cases, you want to pick the BAU catalog that you've been using, and you want to have this toggle as use as supplementary feed, that toggled on. Basically what that does is just like we have all the Marpipe images in this new feed, and then we're going to combine that in with your existing catalog just over top of it. So all those images are just going to get added to all the products that match. So yeah, let's go ahead and click upload to a catalog. And then we'll hit continue. And then it'll say successful. And basically what it's saying here is that it's just like it's made the connection, and now we can click this link and then go into Commerce Manager and see the progress of it uploading the supplementary feed into your existing catalog. So while our Marpipe enriched feed is uploading to Meta, what we want to do actually is we can use this time to go ahead and set up some ads that we're going to connect in with Marpipe. So I've kind of set up 3 shell ads here. These are basically going to be what I'm going to assign the treatments to once our catalog is done importing all the Marpipe images. So we can go into here, and the thing that we really need to pay attention to is just which catalog these ads are connected to. So we'll basically set up these ads the same as we set up any of our other catalog ads. We're going to do carousel. We're going to do all the same stuff that we normally do, but then on the catalog selection, we need to make sure to use the one that we actually uploaded, that we're uploading Marpipe to. So this is the one that I did, so I'm just checking that off. That's all good. But on these other ones, I do think that I need to change them. So let's go ahead and change those. It's this one. And then it's also this one. So yeah, there's no special thing you need to do when setting up these meta ads. It's just the same thing as usual. All the special stuff is going to happen once we go back into Marpipe and then handle it from there. So I'm going to go ahead and publish that. Cool. So those are all ready. Let's go back into Commerce Manager and check that. Okay, sweet. It says all good. That means everything, all the different IDs got attached. If you see problems here, it's usually because the IDs don't match. So there's nothing for the Marpipe images to like latch onto from the existing catalog. And usually you just need to change, there's something you need to change in the source feed that you're sending to Marpipe to make it align with what you already have in your catalog. But for the most part, most people don't have any trouble with that. So before we go any further, we're going to go into the items and just see what actually happened here. We're going to click into some of these products and just take a look to see if we can find the images that we imported. So I'm going to click this item here. I'll go to media and then ads. And then as we scroll down, now we see these additional images added to it that represent our different treatments in Marpipe. So now it's time to jump back into Marpipe, and then we're going to I'll show you how to assign these different treatments to the ads. Because as we can see, currently, like if we were to preview one of these ads, it's just going to be the plain, the existing plain DPA. And it will remain that way unless we specifically assign it in Marpipe. So if I click assign ads, then I will find the campaign that I'm looking for that I set these up in, which is this example campaign. Then that will load up all of the ad sets and the ads in that campaign. So I see example 1, 2, and 3. So if I go to 1 and then click add treatment, I can then click example 1. I'll go to 2, see our treatments available there, and then 3, and I'll click 3. So the options that show up in this list are just the options that we've actually published into the feed. If we publish more or remove some, that will be updated here. So this list just reflects like what we have, how we have our output feed set up in Marpipe. So then I'll click Save Changes up here, and then I'll wait for it to tell me that it's successful. Cool, so it says Publish Successful. And so now if we highlight an ad here, and then we select Preview, what we should see in the preview is the treatment that we selected. So now we're seeing the treatment image being used instead of the plain one, which is all good. Let's check some of the other ones. So let's check example 3. Awesome, so we see those coming through. And we see how this is an illustration of what we did with the 2 different designs. Some of the designs, if they don't have a lifestyle image, they just use 1 image, versus the ones that have the lifestyle image available, they use the 2. So that's really cool how we can vary up the carousel there. And let's check out example 2 as well. Sweet. So we've got all these looking good. So that's how you get off the ground. We've we could turn this campaign on and these will run. We've got that all set up. But the thing to know, just jumping back, if we go back into the output feed, is that this is like kind of a living document. So over time, we don't need to go and reconnect the feed every single time we want to make a change or we want to publish something new. We got it connected to Meta. We got it connected into our BAU catalog. We can just leave that. And then whenever we make changes, we might be removing some of these treatments. We're not using them anymore, or adding new ones for like different sales or promos, or just new designs that we're trying. That all happens in this page. Whenever we make those changes, we then hit publish over on the right. And then we'd want to turn this toggle on so that when we publish those changes, it'll basically trigger Meta to automatically pull in those changes as soon as they're finished rendering in Marpipe, which is really convenient. Make sure that like things are moving at a fast pace. So yeah, just this is the page that you'll come back to repeatedly to actually publish new changes into the output feed, and then every time you make those changes, you can go into assign ads and then assign anything new to any ads that you've created with the new treatments in Marpipe. So thank you for watching, and I hope this is helpful and gets you off the ground.